నమస్కారం ఇది సంగతికి స్వాగతం. లక్షల కొద్దీ కేసులు, వేల కొద్దీ మరణాలు. ఒక్క రోజులో కరోనా సృష్టిస్తున్న విధ్వంసమిది. ఒక్కో చోట ఒక్కో విధంగా వ్యాప్తి చెందుతూ పరిశోధకులకే సవాలు విసురుతోంది. ఇక మ్యూటేషన్లు సరే దాదాపు 2 నెలలుగా ఈ ఉత్పరివర్తనాలు ఇబ్బంది పెడుతూనే ఉన్నాయి. కొత్త రకాల వైరస్లు వేగానికి కళ్ళెం వేయడం సాధ్యం కావటం లేదు. ఈ పరిణామాలకు తోడు సింహాలకు వైరస్ సోకిందని తేలటం ఇంకా కలవరపాటుకు గురిచేసింది. N440K వైరస్ రకం విస్తరించడం వల్లే కేసుల సంఖ్య పెరుగుతోందన్న వార్తలొస్తున్నాయి. తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాల్లో ఈ ప్రభావం ఎక్కువగా ఉందన్న చర్చలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. మరి ఇందులో వాస్తవం ఎంత? జంతువుల నుంచి మనుషులకు వైరస్ సోకే ప్రమాదం ఉందా? భారత్లో ఏ వేరియంట్ ప్రభావం ఎక్కువగా ఉంది? ఈ విషయాలన్నింటినీ వివరిస్తున్నారు CCMB మాజీ డైరెక్టర్ డాక్టర్ రాకేష్ K. మిశ్రా. త్వరలోనే డబుల్ మ్యూటెంట్ కేసులు పెరిగే ముప్పు పొంచి ఉందని చెబుతున్న రాకేష్ మిశ్రాతో ప్రత్యేక ముఖాముఖి.
తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాల్లో N440K స్ట్రెయిన్ విజృంభిస్తోందన్న వార్తల నేపథ్యంలోనే ఇందులో ఏ మేరకు వాస్తవం ఉంది? మరోవైపు ఇటీవలి కాలంలోనే జంతువుల్లో కూడా కోవిడ్ వైరస్ వెలుగు చూస్తున్న నేపథ్యంలో దానికి సంబంధించిన విశేషాలు మనతో షేర్ చేసుకునేందుకున్నారు ప్రస్తుతం CCMB ఎక్స్ డైరెక్టర్ డాక్టర్ రాకేష్ K. మిశ్రా. ప్రస్తుతం ఆయన CCMBకి సంబంధించినటువంటి కీలకమైన పరిశోధనలు కూడా భాగస్వామిగా ఉన్న నేపథ్యంలోనే మరిన్ని వివరాలు ఆయన మాటలు తెలుసుకుందాం. నమస్తే సార్.
Namaste.
So there are so many news that N440K is spreading more in AP and Telangana. So how much the strain is spreading now?
No, there has been some confusion. Actually, it's completely the opposite. N440K is not spreading in Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. It was there as a dominant variant in this part of the country a few months back. Yes. And now is being replaced by other variants, including the B.1.617, what we also call as a double mutant, and that is being more common. Like it is almost taken over in Maharashtra, spreading in Karnataka. So earlier, few months back, in southern states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, the N440K was more prominent, 30-40%. But now it is going down, and I think it will be less than 10% now, or some places even less than 5%, and it's going to disappear in coming few weeks. It has not originated in Andhra Pradesh; it's originated outside India, and it has come from there. So lots of confusion came into this. And the confusion was because there was a study submitted that this virus N440K replicates 10 times, 15 times more, gives more viral product or titer, what is called. But that study is in cell culture where we produce the virus in large quantity. There it does very well. So that is a good system to study the virus, its replication, its susceptibility to antibodies or a drug and those kinds of things. This is not a good system to compare the result for human infectivity and epidemiology and those kinds of things, because what you are doing, humans have immune systems. So something is doing very well in culture will not grow in human because we can block that. Our body can block that.
Because of the double mutant, how many people are being affected in these two Telugu states, sir?
I think there's numbers. So it was in the beginning, it was low, but I think now it may be more than 10% or 20%, depending on certain localities. Data is not very dense at the moment, but gradually the double mutant will, which is 617, we call it, that will become the prominent one in most of the country in this, this part of the country.
So there are some studies saying that there is a triple mutant in Maharashtra. Is that true? If yes, so is that the causative for the increasing cases of the COVID?
No. Triple mutant is nothing but a variant of a sub-variant or sub-lineage of double mutant. It is not at all more dangerous than, even double mutant is not more dangerous than UK variant. So today the most infectious is the UK variant in India. Next comes this Maharashtra variant, or what you call as double variant. And then Similarly, now for double variant, there are sub-lineage of double variants, which is 617.1, 617.2, 617.3. So three of them have established. This is very normal thing that new variants of the virus will come, virus mutates, and that's what is the nature of the virus, and that is the strategy of virus to try to escape our immune system and spread more, and so on. And none of these sub-variants, which you call as triple variant or double variant, they are comparable in their infectivity. And even today, in most of the India, if you count, none of the variant is a dominant variant. For example, in Maharashtra, double variant is more. In Punjab, UK variant is more. In Andhra and Telangana, now N440 is being replaced by double variant, and then some others. So these infectivity is a little more than the older variants, but major role of spreading the virus is the human behavior. Different parts of the country have different variants, but the people are the same. Behavior is the same. We are celebrating marriages. We are celebrating everything. We are going to movie. We are eating in restaurants, and we are doing everything which we shouldn't be doing, which is crowding, clustering in place, and you don't see people wearing masks. Many people who are wearing masks, they protect their beard, not the mouth and nose. So those are the reasons why we have ignored. We thought that this virus is now out, we have vaccine, but virus will not run away with the name of the vaccine. It has to be vaccinated, then only it will work.
So in first wave, there are around 97% people got recovered very soon. But when it comes to second wave, now 82 to 83% people are just recovering from this coronavirus. How can we see this, sir? What are the reason for that?
There is not much difference as far as we understand in the biology of this virus in these variants, except that infectivity is more. A lot of differences probably this time are coming, like for example, young people being infected. So it's not that virus is specific for younger people this time compared to what it was before. It so happens now that after 1 year schools open and lots of young people start mixing with one another, and they don't follow COVID appropriate behavior. Upper middle class are getting more infected because they didn't took care. First time they were worried. So that's why there is a general demographical kind of shift, and the virus this time has gone to smaller places. Earlier it was in major infections were in bigger cities. So those shifts are there because of the way we have acted and performed during this period in terms of our activities. Some observations are being made, whether that is because, for example, people deteriorating very fast. The reason of that partly is that people are not going to hospital soon enough. There are certain ways you have to keep monitoring the 6-minute walk and check your oxygen level and those sorts of things. If you do, when it goes below certain level, then you go to hospital. But people, particularly younger people, they tolerate more, so they don't care. They are careless for longer time, and by the time they reach hospital, situation is bad. Hospitals are very crowded. And because of that, the quality of healthcare that you can expect cannot be the same. Now every healthcare worker is stressed out. How long we can keep them on their toes and they run around is 15 months and more. If we don't take care, if we don't wear mask, what will happen is the crowding in the hospital. And if that happens, then you may be in New York, you may be Italy, you may be Spain. Forget whether you are in Delhi or Hyderabad. Our healthcare system is far behind developed countries. We will see disaster. Only way to come out of this is to go back to the mask, go back to social distancing, and don't come out unless necessary. Vaccine is there, but after first need to be vaccinated, and then still we have to wear the mask and so on, so that we don't lose the advantage that we get with the vaccine.
Somebody are saying if you take a good amount of food and proteins, then you may be recovered very early. Is that true?
If you take good food, healthy food, it will always help you. Drink enough water, sleep well, take healthy food, light food, not too much of oil, so that your body is not busy in digesting, body is getting nutrition without tiring itself. And vitamins, that certainly will help. whatever makes you feel healthy and gives so that immune system can draw strength from this will certainly help. There is no real medicine for this, but otherwise our system will take care unless we have some comorbidity and those problems, so that is more dangerous. Otherwise we can manage well, but we have to attend to ourselves uh, early enough. And first thing is that don't let the virus spread. Why to go and fall prey to the virus and then run around for help? We can preempt this danger.
CCMB announced that 8 lions in Nehru Zoological Park of Hyderabad have affected with the coronavirus. This is the first, I think this is the first case in India, and it is the indication that animals may be affected with the coronavirus. How can we see this and how can we control the situation?
In India, we found it first time when these lions showed some symptoms. So we are in close touch with the zoo, with Central Zoo Authority, and we keep monitoring the animals for such things. So when they showed symptom, we tested and it was positive. So then we immediately took measures to uh, uh, there are certain kind of comforting treatment given to them, more air so they can stay around longer, give them food that is sterilized, and we made some protocols. Now they have recovered, they are fine, they are eating and no problem is done. We also checked whether it's a new variant or old variant. So this is old variant, so this is not anything new that we are seeing. And government has taken very prompt action, and all the zoos in India, not only Hyderabad, have been closed for 2 weeks. Once we noticed this, there is not much evidence that it can come from pet or these kinds of thing back to us, but it's a possible. You cannot completely rule out that. Throwing anything on the road, forget about mask or PPE kit or anything, is very uncivil. You throw your mask, a dog or other animal or cattle, they all can go, they can eat it or they can touch it and get infected and bring back to us. So that is very bad thing. Although cross infectivity is not very efficient, it is less, but the possibilities exist. So we are developing methods to test the animals more efficiently using their fecal samples. So that dogs and cats, we should be careful, keep them in air circulation, and if we have infection in ourselves, then prevent interacting with the animals and keep them with distance, and wear mask if you want to treat them or handle them closely. We are developing some SOPs we will share with everyone. Is being developed by Central Zoo Authority, because there is also concern that people should not become scared. But the bottom line is that the virus can go to other species, and we should prevent that, because it's not only that it is making the other animals sick, it can also become a reservoir which can then return a new kind of a very different variant back to humans, the way this happened, right? From bat it goes to something and comes to us in a very bad infectious virus.
Is there any treatment protocols for the animals which are affected with the corona?
No, there is for human also there is no treatment. For animal there is as far as I understand, there is no treatment because these things take time. Even humans also, most of treatment are borrowed treatment from earlier things like giving steroid, but I don't think it's going to be such a frequent thing that we need corona treatment for animals. We should not worry about treatment of the animals at the moment. We are in a different kind of emergency. We should try and prevent it from happening. Like if somebody is a positive, that person should isolate, and animals should also be protected and isolated from meeting such person. That is the best way of managing this.